All right, welcome back to the Plaza, everyone. Our next guest is Amaris Pollock. She is the host of Food, Farms, and Chef. Welcome, Amaris.
Thank you for having me, Vincenza.
Thank you for coming.
No problem. I loved it. I loved it. So during commercial, Amaris was like, just think of glamorous Amaris, and I was like, I got this. I got this.
Yes.
So we have unique names, so we understand the struggles of mispronouncing the names. Ivan, you have no idea the struggles. But anyway, Amaris, thank you so much for being here and coming on the show. I know that my dad and I look forward to our visit on your show. So let's share with our viewers, what is your show all about?
So our show is highlighting and promoting anybody in the food industry and the hospitality industry. So, because before the pandemic, it was already difficult enough with restrictions and litigation, but we want to bring on anybody who is an owner, a vendor, like from the farmers that feed us and that produce these ingredients that we utilize to cook every day in our own home kitchen, let alone for microbreweries with the wheats and and whatnot. Like you want to bring these people on that are working every day to help us and to feed us, and also offer us beverages.
Right.
So you have a nice variety of people that come on to the show and talk about their background, their history, and what they're doing in essentially the food industry.
Yes.
Food industry, restaurant industry, hospitality industry. So now that we talked about the show, who is Amaris Pollock?
I mean, I've gone through various gamuts as far as career choices are concerned. But what landed me at Food, Farms, and Chefs was kind of a domino effect. I used to be a vet tech at a emergency hospital, and I unfortunately was injured there. So that injury kind of put me on the couch, and I had to come up with something, creative, while I was kind of laid on the couch, not able to walk. Right. And so I was watching food shows, and I would create recipes in my head. So I started creating these recipes and tweeting them out, and it garnered the attention of a digital magazine. They reached out, and so I started writing recipes for them. Then eventually, he sent me to different events, so I covered that as articles, and I have, a photographer's eye, so I kind of, that lended itself to that too. So that brought more attention to me. So other digital magazines, other newspapers, started utilizing the photos and started reaching out and having me write for them. Then I had several people reach out to me who were, had their podcasts of their own that were in the food industry. And so they brought me on as a guest. And one in particular liked me enough that they were like, you know what, we want you as one of the hosts. So I joined what used to be Dining on a Dime, and he brought me on with the intention of my doing what I do naturally, which is take the lead on things.
Right. Out of all your recipes, what is your favorite?
I made a coconut infused tequila, so it was.
You didn't bring any? Oh, see the face, and you didn't bring any? Oh my! You had me infused.
As soon as you said tequila, Ivan was like, "What? You didn't bring any?"
She said infused. I'm thinking brownies. I'm like, oh. No, I'm just messing. But okay, I'm sorry. Coconut infused tequila.
Shrimp.
Okay.
Even better, shrimp.
And I kind of had like a spicy sweet with the fruity because the coconut. And I did enhance it with not just the tequila, flavored. I don't know if I can, throw out a brand, so I'll just
go ahead, knock it out.
Jose Cuervo. So,
okay.
So I, spiked it with that, moderate amount, and to enhance the coconut and the flavor. And it also, if you're going to cook anything, alcohol is, usually tenderizes whatever meat that you're going to be cooking with. So that kind of not only adds flavor to your profile, but also the tenderness of the meat.
That sounds delicious.
Where can people find? Because I know someone's watching right now. Like, where the rest of your recipes? Where can they find?
I don't know if they're still online anywhere, but if this is a kind of like, I used to write under a pseudonym, Steampunky Elf. So That's a whole nother story unto itself. But to fast forward, I can contribute to like little tips and whatnot to the show, as as a home cook, self-taught. But my co-host Gene Blom, he is a culinary expertise. He is a chef. He teaches people, so he's my other half on this show right now.
Right, that went to school in culinary arts and whatnot. So you're able to bring both perspectives to the table.
Like we do.
Exactly. And be able to chat with so many, different guests about their history, their background, their story.
Exactly.
So speaking of guests on your show, I guess you would say, I'm sure you've had so many incredible guests, but if you could name just one that really was just so awesome that you want to chat about, I mean, who was your favorite guest on your show?
I mean, it's hard to pick a favorite.
Of course.
But there are definitely some people who kind of are come to mind as far as their personalities are concerned. I have had repeat people on. Ray Sheehan, who is a chef, and he also wrote 2 books and just opened up Ray's Roadside Kitchen in New Jersey. So that's exciting. He I bring on a few times, and he's always, you ask him one question and he just talks.
Right.
It's
always helpful.
I know. I don't know anybody that does that.
Right.
And then Clara Park, who is a chef, and she's also been on television. I've had her on. I've had Chef Brian Duffy on. He, is just magnetic. And there's so many different restaurateurs and chefs that I've had on, and it kind of runs the gamut. And it makes it more fun when you can connect on multiple levels.
Right. And you had Dennis Carrott on the show, right?
I did.
Right, I remember. So we've had Dennis Carrott on our show. He was the founder of the Trauma Survivors Foundation and Hospital Heroes. It was a while ago. I think it was like when I first started.
Yeah.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
So, but he's been on the show as well, and we know he's a talker.
He is a talker, and he has not only a face for TV, but his voice.
Yeah, I think you said that.
Yeah, his voice
I
is
think you
It's
said
very
that.
masculine, it carries very well.
Yeah.
And he has confidence, so it's he's perfect for television and radio both.
I wonder if he's listening.
He might be. I pushed out a public post that I was going to be on.
Well, thank you for that.
Of course, no problem.
We appreciate that, don't we?
And side note, he's going to be holding the Black Tie Shoe Gala
definitely
on
talk about that.
November 9th. November 5th.
Okay.
So it's going to be a masquerade. He holds it every single year, and it helps raise funds for his foundation, which goes to the Trauma Survivors Foundation.
Yeah.
But I think it trickles into Hospital Heroes as well. But he's hosting that in Live Casino in Philadelphia for the first time ever. So I'm excited because I'm going to be there as his photographer.
Excellent.
But I'm always there to support him.
Right. I think it's black tie and sneakers. Am I correct?
Yes.
Black
Black
tie
ties.
and
That's
sneakers.
nice.
Yeah,
I
so
like
you can
that.
be comfortable and look glamorous.
Right, and
wow.
and a lot of, talk about shoe game.
Yeah.
Talk about shoe game. I remember seeing photos from I think I've seen photos where he was explaining it to me, and I was like, wait a minute, people really go all out with their shoe game.
Oh,
And
They light it up.
Right.
Yeah, with their sneakers
Bedazzle
on.
it.
And now you can wear a nice suit and have a pair of fresh Jordans to go with it, and you're in the game.
Exactly.
Right.
But I will note, and actually all of the press are receiving the PR information on it today. So look for that across all media. But I'm excited because it's around Halloween and they're doing a masquerade.
Oh, that's
this
gonna
year.
be funky.
Yes.
That's gonna be
Maybe
funky.
DETV can make an appearance.
We might need to. We might need to.
I'm sure he would appreciate
We're
it.
gonna have to connect with Dennis
Yeah.
about this. But going back to the podcast, so do you, going back to the Food Farms and Chef podcast, do you feel that the numbers have been increasing and your listenership and whatnot?
Yeah, when I started on it with Dining on a Dime, I started making changes, just naturally, as I had, referred to earlier. I start changing things and taking the lead, and that's exactly what I did. And I started bringing on different, authors and doing interviews of owners, of restaurateurs, of events. And Gene does that as well. And, we've now gained so much momentum that we bring on celebrity chefs who have, appeared on Food Network and whatnot. I have friends that I'm with, like friends that I have who are celebrity chefs now, and like, it's crazy where I was and where I am now. But we always continue to gain momentum because, we are listened to. We do bring top quality guests on the show and for a great purpose, because, we're not bringing it on to highlight us. We're bringing these business owners on them.
Right. Where can people find your podcast?
You can literally tell, I don't want to say, it sounds like Malexa, but you can tell her to, play food farms and chefs.
Wait, I know why. I guess you've made the mistake a couple of times and it's messed up everything in the room. Just in case. Thank you.
Now I'm playing your favorite.
Smart, very smart.
I was like, what the hell is she talking
But I was like,
about?
I know why she's doing that in case it messes something up in the room.
I
Watch music
got
starts
it.
playing.
Yes, no.
I'm trying to think of the people.
No. Good call.
So you can either have Food Farms and Chefs stream on your favorite platform, because we're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, as I said, the word. But also we are on 3 syndicated radio shows that play live on the radio throughout New York, Connecticut, Pennsylvania, all of New Jersey, and Delaware. Nice. So those stations are WWDB 860 AM, WPEN HD2 97.5, and then those play on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. And on Fridays at 1 p.m. it plays at WMLD 103.7 FM.
Woo! Amaris, you remembered all of that.
Right.
But that's good. But that's it. Really, anybody that comes on the show, they have an opportunity not just to get their product out or get their business out there or their brand locally, but even further, all the way up to New York City. I mean, that's great. That's how large your audience is. So that's really, really awesome. But we're more excited that we were able to have you come on our show and talk about this and get to know you. And I'm sure my dad's watching today. So he told me he was going to, I saw him yesterday, and he was like, I'll see you tomorrow morning on television. So he's very excited to come on the show. He was looking forward to it. So we'll definitely connect. But Amaris, thank you so much for joining us, and good luck as you continue to grow with your podcast. And we'll hope to see you soon, maybe at the Black Tie and Sneakers event.
I love it.
And if you want, you can also see us, as we are one of the media sponsors for the 40th anniversary of Achievability in Philadelia at the Mann Center.
Nice.
Wow, that's awesome.
Amaris, you're doing some amazing things, lady.
Thank
Next
you.
time you come, you're going to bring that shrimp and infused.
The coconut
I know,
shrimp tequila.
I have to bring
And the infused brains. What's up, everyone? It's your main man, Big Ob, the talk of the town, Mr. DETVCH.com, and I'm here with my wonderful and amazing co-host,
Vincenza.
We just stopped by to tell you to be sure, if you want any information on what's going on in Wilmington and to meet some dynamic people doing some amazing and great things, be sure to watch us live on Good Morning Wilmington on Mondays and Wednesdays at 10 p.m.
Oh, Ivan, 10 a.m.
Which he said, 10 a.m.
Listen to me. That's why he has me here. But yes, tune in live, 10 a.m. Monday and Wednesday on Good Morning Wilmington.
DETVCH.com.